So what was your first acting job?
My very first acting job, professionally, I was in City Slickers. I played Billy Crystal's son when I was second grade.
Well, I was reading about in your new movie, Nightcrawler, that you were referencing a coyote at one point, visually and emotionally maybe. Do you often use animals, or you always do?
Even when in City Slickers.
Really? That's what I was going to ask
Oh,
you.
are you kidding me?
Like how your
No,
process changed
that'd
from
be
when you were
amazing.
little. I was.
It was always like a
at
really
Pygmy
intense
Hedgehog and
actor.
City Slickers.
No, that sort of, I think that it takes more and more. It's such a strange job, and I don't know if you agree, but I find it extraordinary and strange. And I find kind of the animal kingdom to be a really wonderful place to draw not only character from, but also strength. So I do like to think about what animal my character is in a way, but
How long has that been a part of your process?
I'm not like I'm not an animal actor.
No, because it's funny, because when I read that, sometimes I do pull animal cards, and I just did Boardwalk Empire, and I played this lady, Sally. Now, before I really read the material, before they'd written the material, I pulled this alligator card, and I ended up having this bar, and we went to alligator fights, and it was just kind of crazy, and that's a certain personality, kind of a fierce, intense personality. So
Definitely.
I've used animals before in work, and I get that. I think that's really interesting. I've used colors before in work.
Yeah.
Broken down scenes into different colors and then arcing the whole movie into different colors. So it's like color stories. I almost see scenes as a painting of different palettes.
Yeah.
I think part of what's fun about acting is that there is really no rules. No matter what book claims or what director says a certain thing, to keep it alive for yourself is...
I mean, I don't think there are rules anywhere. I think rules are a strange thing that can really get you into trouble, ironically. You know? I was reading a book about, there's this guy, I think his name's Andrew Tennant, and he has this, I don't know the name of the thing he has where you see numbers as colors.
Yeah, I love that idea.
And it's a real thing. And he recited pi out for however many hours based just on colors he was seeing in his mind. And with people like that, it just makes me think, you know, when we talk about stuff like that, about the preparation it takes to try and create something or create a character, it makes total sense. I do the same thing, you know. I think you're just searching for some kind of honesty somewhere, and also a different take, because as humans, we're not interacting consciously like we have an intention when we walk into a room, and usually the universe brings something else, you know, and then we have to adapt. You know, what was your first role?
One of my early weird jobs that I had acting, oddly enough, was I worked for one time for a private detective doing a sting operation, and I was wired, so that was pretty interesting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was interesting. But I love acting.
How old were you?
I was 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was this? Are you allowed to talk about the sting operation?
No. I mean, it was a botched sting operation.
It's really good acting.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't like being part of a sting operation.
So you went into the movies
Dude,
like everyone else?
Say anything. No. That'd be a funny comedy, actually.
This is, I feel, a little bit like a sting operation right now.
I'm stinging you right now.